All right, three, two, one, and we're live with Masterminds with Pam and Brian. This is where we hold what normally would be closed door conversations between people who are striving and thriving in the realms of business and art. And I would like to bring up my co host, Mastermind. So we're going to do this right now. All right, Pam, let's see if we can get you up here.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Hey, you can finish the introduction. Don't
I
mind me.
I I, I did the introduction. I will do yours if you want. You can introduce it.
Hey guys, how you doing? I hope everyone had an amazing Christmas, right? Is having a great time. And yeah, here we are, Masterminds podcast. I think this is our fourth week already, isn't it?
Yeah, time has
It's been
flown
a
by.
month. Yes, I was actually listening to a podcast with Jerry V and this I think he's a Mexican podcaster, Creativo. I don't know if you ever heard of him. But Gary V was it was a Gary V or Creativo. Creativo was saying how his goal in the beginning was just to make 100 episodes. So I feel like that should be our goal.
Just
Like
100. Yeah,
our first goal, make 100 episodes.
most definitely. That's gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit. That's gonna be like almost 2 years worth of 2 years.
Yeah, right? Because what is it? 4 times 12.
It was 52 weeks in a year. So
That's
it'll be maybe.
gonna take 2 years,
So it might be 2 years. I don't know. I mean, if the podcast starts to pick up steam and really like start flowing, we could do two a week.
right?
Who knows? You know,
When the podcast picks up steam.
when the see these neuro linguistic tricks are so important. So important.
Yeah. But hey guys, how are we feeling? How are we feeling in the chat today? What are you feeling grateful for? Hey Kellen.
Hey Sam.
What are you guys feeling grateful for?
Let's see.
But
What do you feel,
yeah,
what are you feeling grateful for, Pam?
I'm feeling grateful to be here. I'm feeling grateful for the routine because what usually happens with me is if I take more than like 2 days without my routine, I kind of like go down a spiral. So 2 days was enough. I was like, all right, today I got Zoom calls, I have team calls, we have the podcast, right? Keeping me on track. Like that's really important for me. Really, really important. But I'm feeling grateful. I had a good Christmas with my boyfriend's family, and we could get into the holidays and stuff like that. And I'm grateful to be here. What are you feeling grateful
I'm
for?
feeling grateful to be here as well. I'm feeling grateful for the warmth of family, the warmth of friends. Like I've been making sure to take some time to wish well to everybody that I know in my contact list, and I've been grateful for my current situation. My girl is pregnant, and we're sharing love and those
Four,
things.
4 baby showers.
4 baby showers, like everybody.
Oh
Well,
my God, that.
three.
Oh, I thought it was four.
It's
Oh, I'm
well,
sorry. That
there's
was my
one that's
mistake.
supposed to
That was
not
my
be.
mistake. That was my
She's on
mistake.
the line, man.
No, that was a mistake. That was
That
a
was a
mistake of
mistake.
mine. 3 baby showers. Who do
Three
I
babies.
know that has three
I
baby
don't,
showers?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
You got to be the first person. Sam said the ability to enjoy pleasure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's good.
feel that.
That's good.
That's
Uh,
important. It's important to know when to turn on the engine and when to take time to rest and to also enjoy yourself, right? Because that's the whole point of this journey, right? To also enjoy being a human, right? Not only grind, hustle, 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 but enjoy being a human.
most definitely. So let's get into the holidays. We're in the holiday season. Not we're traders, so it. I hate to say that Christmas gets in the way of trading, but it's a good little break. It doesn't get in the way of trading at all. It's
I'm not gonna
trading
lie.
gets in the way of Christmas.
I'm not gonna lie. I did see Forex Factory last night, and I saw that there was unemployment claims, but I saw that there was also like U.S. holidays with the euro and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to. My mentor Patrick Kenny, he was like, I'm not trading for the next 2 weeks, and it kind of relieved some pressure of like, okay, I can enjoy. That means not to do nothing at all for trading, but I can enjoy my mornings So this morning, I'm not gonna lie, it felt great not waking up for trading.
Yeah.
For me. But
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I
because
mean, you're
99% of the year.
definitely replenishing those neurons. You know, like they don't got to fire off all of a sudden. You know,
They
those
don't
that
gotta fire
readiness.
off at 7 a.m.,
Right.
right? The adrenaline, right? The win or lose situation, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, for the holidays,
Not to brag though, I did catch the reversal at like 5 a.m. this morning, just on NAS, but not to
yeah.
brag.
At 5 in the morning, 5 a.m. New York
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Is that your usual trading time?
No.
Ah,
I
okay.
just saw an opportunity. I was up. I've been up for an hour. So if I'm up for an hour and I'm not tired, I'm alert. So
You're
I
alert.
traded.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's usually me. I have an hour before I start the charts.
Yeah.
But all right, so yeah, during the Christmas and holiday season, because of all the, if there's a bank holiday, the market's not moving that much. And for me, it's like I'd rather not be on there at all. Because one time I traded on a bank holiday and I got stuck in the trade. I couldn't exit the trade because it was, I don't know how I even entered. I don't know why my broker let me enter. And then I got stuck in the trade because apparently, like, bank holiday, like, it was off. It was a USD bank holiday though. So then I was like in the trade for like the whole weekend until the market opened, and it was like the thing on my mind, like I don't want to be in this trade right
The
now. It's like,
scariest thing is like gap up, gap down
yeah, right. Because
in
there's
the wrong
usually
direction.
gaps when the market opens. But yeah, talking about holidays, you can. Would you like to start on what you wanted to speak about on the holidays?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the holidays, well, I want to zoom out a little bit from the holidays, just a little bit. Where we're talking about just so yeah, I'm in e-commerce and marketing for, out of the packages in our business. And in marketing, there's this trend that has been going on TikTok, which the people have spoken and they've decided to label the winter season the winter arc. And the winter
Okay.
arc is a viral TikTok challenge that involves building healthy habits and making personal growth during the winter months. Um, so that means like starting to focus on your consistency, working out, getting into personal development. A lot of people have been taking the chance for winters to take on a new meaning. And like there's a saying that goes, summer bodies are built in the winter.
Yep.
So, so that's kind of like the mindset. And we've been kind of already doing it without naming it or attaching it to the trend, especially us in our group. We've been talking about goals. We've been talking about, the next year started 2 months ago. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
2025 mission, goal, game
All of that.
plan. Hmm.
So just to kind of add a layer of what's happening in culture, because that's what marketing is. You want to understand what's happening with people. You want to understand how your personal brand and what you have to offer is connecting
Yeah.
with people in general, because it's all about connecting people. I learned this week this really good quote where the meaning of the word sell actually comes and derives from the word serve. So to sell is to
Oh yeah.
serve. You're in service of people. And sometimes people, when they're talking about selling, they get caught up on what they're getting from the sale. But really, like, the idea of sell is to serve, to be of service, to be a servant, you know?
And Earl
So
Nightingale talks about that in The Stranger's Secret. He said,
yes,
"Your I forgot the sentence that he said, but your ability to be to be successful is your ability to sell because you're selling
to
all the
serve, to
time."
serve.
Yeah. Oh, to be successful in serving is to sell. I don't know the direct quote, but he was saying your ability to sell. I know that part. He does word for word is your ability to sell. It like determines your success because you're selling all the time. Even if you're recommending a book to your partner or to your friends, you're selling that book. Hey, you should read this book
Oh yes, yes, I remember
because
that.
this, and that, right? You know what I mean? So success is your ability to sell. And I like that you're breaking that down because Earl Nightingale, you're looking it up, right? The exact,
Yeah, yeah,
the exact quote.
yeah. That's the benefit of being on a team. You could buy me time while I help you.
Yep, yep, yeah. Did you find the exact quote? But yeah,
um,
it's an interesting topic because as a painter, as a creative person, even growing up, I was I grew up like really shy and timid. So like the idea of being like a salesperson like always threw me off. I was like, that's not for me. That's never gonna be for me. And now like when I reflect back, I'm like, okay, like I'm not, I don't consider myself a salesperson at all. Like that's not my title.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? But I do share education to other people, and if they see value in it and they want to hop on and learn crypto and learn trading and learn e-commerce, social media, then yeah, come on board. But I'm also selling, right? So it's like being in this point when I was listening to Earl Nightingale, The Stranger's Secret, a few days ago, because I was listening to it. We as a team been listening to it daily, and he's totally right. Your ability to sell to anybody, to your friends, to your family, and the word sell may seem a little hard, right?
Yeah.
But it is true. That's what you're doing, right?
You're
You're
being of
persuading.
service. Well,
Exactly. You're giving service.
well, I can't find the direct quote because like if you just type in sell or successful right here is like it's just like I have like the whole thing in front of me right now.
That's all
But
right.
it's all right. So anyway, with what I was originally saying about the environment in about marketing. Marketing is all about learning people's patterns, people's
Yeah.
desires, people's attention, where their attention is already, where their desires already resting. You know.
Yeah.
So with that being said, social media is a great place to start taking in and understanding what other people are doing, and we call these things trends. So the big trend this winter, since TikTok has been around, is this concept of winter arc. Winter arc, like personal development, getting in the gym not on the 1st of January, but
But
right
today.
as the winter, you just keep going right in through the winter. This is where you lock in and you go forward, entering your winter arc. I'm gonna emerge from the winter as my best self.
Yeah,
um,
that's true. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad that the perspective of the new year is changing as well, right? Because a lot of people say I'm gonna wait till Monday, right? Let's say it's Wednesday. I'm gonna wait till Monday to go to the gym. What? It's Wednesday. You're gonna wait all the way till Monday to go to the gym. Why? Because it's the start of the week. It's the start right now. So I love that, like, even actually the new year starts on the first day of spring. I mean, to have a new year in the middle of winter is kind of odd when you
mhm.
think about it. I know there's like a theory about, the New Year's is not to go into conspiracy, but the New Year's is not the real day for the New Year's. But when you do think about it, even if we were to go with, okay, New Year's is January 1st, we're still in the middle of winter. So if you have the mentality of, oh, I'm gonna wait till spring to start working out, you know what I mean? When I like that it's changing where it's okay, like it's December 26th. We can do something today,
Right.
right? Like that doesn't mean not enjoy or take a break. Like if you do have a job that does have winter break, or if you're in school and you do have winter break, like obviously take time to rest, take time with your family and stuff like that. But also take this time to really game plan, right? Game plan and put yourself forward. So I like that things are changing. The perspective of society around New Year's is changing. It's apparently spring solstice, but no one excuses to wait till then. Exactly.
Right. Right.
Exactly.
So I like that you transitioned a little bit towards family and friends. So another thing I wanted to say about this winter arc or this holiday season. Now we're zooming back into the holiday season. So the holiday season is an excellent time to be networking, meeting people, and because people are already in a state of the environment is very pro-social,
Yep.
like, hey, let's go see the tree, hey, let's go like buy things, let's have opinions about things with one another, about like hey, let me, like, one thing I was doing while I was driving, because I drive cabs. I would ask passengers like, hey, I have the winter's coming and I really want to get my girl something very special for Christmas. What do you think I can do? Give me some ideas. Just asking people for ideas. This. So, and people are just in a genuine kind of wanting to socialize mood
That's
because we're finally putting an end to the year, you know. So I want to go from networking to then actually talk about the warmth of family. But you know, let's stay with this idea first. The you know, the concept that people, this is a great time to just hang out, you know, while you're out and about, strike up a
Yep.
conversation, and just, you know, like, one thing I've been doing all winter is I've been asking people, hey, what was the highlight of your year? And you'd be surprised at all the different answers. You'd get travel, you'd get even intense stories. Like, even asking that, I've heard some intense stories. I'm like, I'm so sorry that happened, and also situations I'm so glad that that didn't go in that
Mhm.
direction. You know, like, there's some people that have told me, yo, like, I'm glad that I still have my family. My family got into a car accident and it could have been really, really bad. But, you know, and then, you know, having those conversations, like, you don't know what's on these people's minds, and just being able to be open to hear their conversations could be a huge relief. It could be a moment of sharing in harmony about how good the year has been. You know, people like to be heard, so never be afraid to strike up a conversation. You know, like, you have no idea how many people have bragged about their vacations, and I'm just thrilled to hear about these faraway places like Iceland and these like other islands that nobody's ever heard about
Yep.
in the Caribbean. It's fun. It's fun. So, you know, winter is also a good time, or holiday season is a very good time to meet strangers, is what I'm gonna say.
That's a really great point. I'm really happy that you broke that down, and it makes a lot of sense because people are in rest, like rest mode, and high and reflecting mode as well. And yeah, you're right. People are spending time with family. You know, like I'm going to different family events as well. So it's like people are in the mood to socialize. That's a very, very good point. I want to bring up if you have something else to say about the marketing aspect.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll just put the period on the marketing idea, where it's just, you know, marketing is just understanding what people are already doing. What are in people's interest? Being interested in other people. Like,
Yeah,
that's what it's really about. Like, it's not about you. It's about, what do other people want? What do people care about? What are people feeling? So, you know, especially
and
holiday
listening
season,
more.
listening more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What were you gonna say? I cut you off.
Oh no, that's it.
That's
That's
it?
perfect.
Yeah, that is true. Being able to listen to other people, I think you could come up with a whole like experiment or test. Or I remember one time I took a sociology class in college, and I had to do some sort of like, was it experiment? Yeah, I think it was an experiment. I don't know if that's the right word. That's more like scientific word, and sociology is not. It's not really considered science, if I'm not mistaken. But I was looking at people's like shoes on the train and like what's more common, like sneakers or high heels or whatever. And you're kind of doing something like that.
Yeah,
Like you're doing like a sociology test, right? It's like what are people, thinking
like
about
like
and
like
grateful for at this
taking a
time of the year.
survey,
A
or a
survey.
consensus. Yes,
There you go. Survey
surveying.
consensus. There you go. There you go. That's really interesting. You should definitely take notes of what people say and
I
what's common and
that's what I have to get a little better at. Like, definitely taking more notes, like taking more notes and writing it down so I don't forget
yeah,
everything.
yeah, that's true. Whenever I hop on a call with someone new, I always the first thing I do is I listen and I say, "What are your goals? What are you, thinking about?" Because the more you listen to someone and remember as well, like it just helps with everything. It helps with everything for sure.
And just, you know, one thing that I'm starting to learn is just the pure appreciation other people have for you listening to them, being
Yes.
heard, and being understood, and their opinions being like validated, their perspective being validated, and just, you know, like, making that connection. Because, you know, so much of life gets so competitive when it comes to my opinion and your opinion, and this,
Yeah.
like, just being somebody that kind of just gives somebody a space to work out their ideas is important. It's awesome. And being somebody that can hold that space is great, you know, because just seeing the relief or the joy, or, you know, that comes from that.
Yeah, it does bring a lot of fulfillment, right? And that's why I am like in the marketing space as well, because when I first started, I did like I told you, like I never considered myself going into like a sales, never, never did I ever consider that. So when I first started and my mentor saw a lot of potential in me as a leader, and I didn't understand it at first. I didn't understand it at first. I started understanding the power of marketing and meeting people when I started seeing how fulfilled I became seeing the other person happy because I was on the call with them, or because I helped them in some way, or even because I listened, right? Even today we were on a call with someone and she's like, she hasn't wrote down her goals in such a long time, and just being able to hold that space and tell her, hey, let's write down your goals before the new year, right? Just even something small like that makes the other
Yo,
person feel accomplished.
yeah, like holding that space for it to finally be about them for a second, because there's so many people that are of service to other people. Where can they find that time and that space for things to be of service of them?
Exactly, exactly. And that's really, I mean, the holiday season, to bring it back there as well. I have a love-hate relationship with Christmas.
Fair
I
enough.
don't, I know that the holiday season is very warm for a lot of people and family oriented.
Ooh, hold on. I think you might be getting a call.
Sorry,
So
no, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I wanted
okay.
to go ahead and do that. So I know that the holiday season is warm. It's for people to kind of like take off the brakes, right? Just like relax with their family and stuff. And I didn't grow up with that luxury. And I say the word luxury for a reason, because my childhood was very dysfunctional. And Christmas was not a happy time for me for like a lot of my life, because either my family would argue, or yeah, it was like we got together for Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's. There was always something going on, right? Always, I'm like, oh, again, like, and it was like expecting. So there's something in my like unconscious mind, like the wiring, where it's like expecting negativity on Christmas and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the past three Christmas, I've been spending time with my boyfriend's family, and they're very different from my family, right? His mom puts up a Christmas tree, right? There's a lot of gifts. The family comes together. We eat dinner on the 24th. I actually saw a meme that was like, when you tell Mexicans Christmas is not on the 24th and it's on the 25th, and the guy's like trying to fight the other person because they do celebrate Christmas on the 24th.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's like a 2 day Christmas here
Definitely.
in Mexico.
No, I mean,
So,
a lot of Latinos households are like that for sure.
yeah, right. So even yesterday, when I was at his mom's house, like I feel the warmth, I feel everything. I could see how my mind was trying to find something wrong or trying to create drama in myself. And I was able to see that and be like, no, like you're safe right now, right? Like this is, enjoy this, like enjoy the calmness of the family and the happiness that everyone is sharing. So it's like I want to also express, like, everyone is talking about Christmas and Christmas and Christmas. For me, for a long time, like I would work on in Christmas, right? When I was waitressing, I would work on Christmas because I would rather be working and making money than being at home in Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Or I started traveling in Christmas because of that. So I just want to address that. If there's anybody watching here that, kind of feels lonely around this time, because for a lot of people it's about warmth and connecting and being with family and socializing, and then there's also a lot of people that feel lonely around this time
Definitely.
too, because they don't have like a festive family, or there's drama in the family, or maybe they don't have family at all, or whatever it is, or friends to, like, I will go to friends houses to like take away the loneliness. But it's something like so deeply ingrained in me that I'm working through it. And definitely my boyfriend's mom is helping a lot because she's decorates the whole house with Christmas stuff. I read that people who decorate for Christmas are generally happy people, and I think I agree with that statistic.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think I agree with that. But just if anybody is watching here that is feeling the opposite of what everybody else is feeling, right? I want to let you know that, like, it's okay, right? I just feel called to bring that up and to share that because I've been that person scrolling on Instagram while everyone's opening gifts and having fun on Christmas, and I'm not feeling great at all, right? There's actually a big void there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I know that this message could help someone because it's okay. I want you to give yourself the space to hold yourself and give yourself the warmth and know that like you can change that and rewire that within, like you can start manifesting, you can start like, I know we talk about goals all the time, right? But your 2025 goals, like what do you want to see next year? And that goes into my next topic of like writing a congratulations letter to yourself, right? Imagine like taking time, imagine that is December 26th, 2025, and telling yourself, wow, Pamela, congratulations. Like you accomplished blah, 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 you know, blah, 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 right? Talking about all your goals that you accomplished in present tense and living in that vision. Because what helped me go from my past to where I am now and continuing to grow is having a vision. And really and truly, without that vision, like I probably wouldn't be here right now. And I wouldn't be as optimistic and stuff like that here on IG Live, right? It was really vision that helped me. So whether, I mean, this is for people, whether, you know, whether you're having a warm Christmas or a lonely Christmas, this is for everyone. But especially if you're feeling unsettled around these times, like you gotta make sure that you hold that big vision. I know I just went on a little
No,
rant, so
this is more like a monologue. It's not you know, like I forgot what they call it in acting, but you know, you it's not a rant. It's definitely one of those
I
moments.
needed to say
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I needed to say all of that because yeah, there are people, and I know some people, some of my friends too, that are not having the most warmest Christmases. So I want to address that too because if I was to think about what really helped me, it would be vision. Like
Mhm.
that's what it comes down to. Like visualizing what do I want my life to be like. And I'm still doing this now. I'm like, okay, like where would I where do I want to be in December 2025? Right? Really thinking about that, right? Like what do I want to be doing, right? What did I accomplish, right? Am I still in the same place, like environment, you know, physically? Am I not, right? All of these things that come into mind is really vision, and that's what helped me during those times when Christmas was not the greatest. So yeah, that's what I got to say about
I,
that.
I think that's a wonderful thing that you've been able to uh, work through and share with people that may be there at the moment. So it's almost one of those things where it's like, yo, I was there. This is what my experience has taken me and what I can share in terms of like a change in perspective.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
because
And
like right
also
now, like
giving you the power to change
yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah,
situation.
because
Yeah.
you said something interesting when you were talking about you had an expectation during these times for things to be a little more chaotic or a little bit more tense or I forget the exact word that you used, but you know that's your nervous system bracing itself for it to be one way, and then now you're in a different country with a different set of people and a different experience, and it's teaching your nervous system like whoa, like those were the old wirings. Now this year I got to learn how to settle down, and then the next year I'm gonna have to learn how to start to really go with the flow and be more present in this moment and really embrace it because there is a you know it's one thing to know that like mentally that you know there is something different out there, and is another thing to kind of experience it where
That's
like
true.
now that information is being made available to your nervous system, and it's just like now it has a frame of reference, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that was beautifully said as well, for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Holidays is a mixed bag, you know. It's a mixed bag, and that's why you know there was a conversation that I started on my other page about this conversation where like somebody had tweeted and I felt like it was so um by this person I feel like it was a little extra demoralizing where like he didn't have to say this, you didn't have to bring this up to kind of punch at Christmas a little bit, where he's like, yo, all I see is consumerism. And my answer to that was like, yo, if you know, if all you see is consumerism, that's kind of like a reflection of where you're at. And but it was kind of like a malicious kind of tweet, in my opinion, even though if he kind of with later tweets kind of covered it up and guided people where he wanted them to go. But it's one of those things where it's like a very demoralizing thing to say, where it's just like, yo, where does consumerism come from? Where does spirituality and, come from? They all come from this belief system or the way you perceive things. So my answer to that was, when you change the way you see, the things you see change. So if you're only seeing consumerism, that's because you're pointing your eyes in that direction, and you're also pointing people's eyes in that direction too. Because if you actually were somebody that were looking for the spiritual, the spirit underneath the season, if you're digging and you're actually somebody actively looking to present and find the spiritual spirit of the season,
Yeah, yeah,
you'll find it, you'll share in it, and you'll see it
yeah,
because
yeah.
it is there. With the, like, it's a season for a reason, you know.
Yeah, I actually spoke to someone who I was like, happy holidays and stuff, and he was like, I don't celebrate Christmas because it's like consumerism and stuff like that. And my response was like, I totally get that point. Because
Sure,
yeah,
there's an aspect of that.
if you are in debt buying your family and friends expensive gifts, that's not what, yeah, don't be doing that. Don't put yourself in debt to buy someone $200 Uggs. I'm
That's what,
sorry to say
that's
that,
why
but
they
I'm
have
saying it.
holiday cards.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. There's holiday cards
Right.
out there. On a holiday card, you can write a letter that really reflects how you feel, and that is still would be appreciated.
Exactly. What I'm learning with my boyfriend's family is the beauty of and the gratitude of being with family, because majority of the year maybe you don't spend time doing that. And also intentional gifts, right? I'm the type of person, like, I like to give intentional gifts, right? I like for the gift to be like, oh, that is good, that's going to be good for this person. Like, I like the gift to call me, right? So as opposed to I'm just gonna buy this person a shirt because the shirt is nice, like, or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like
Definitely.
buying someone an intentional gift, and also like the joy of gift giving as well. And what's interesting is my boyfriend's mom asked me what I wanted for Chris, like, what are you asking Santa for? And I said something, and I didn't really expect her to buy. Like, I know that she was asking, but I grew up in a place where I asked for things, and I didn't really get the gift that I asked for anyway. So I don't know why I was asked like what I wanted, right? Not majority of the time. There were some times that I did get the gifts I wanted, but majority of the time I would ask for something, and my sister was taking care of me and my family and my mom, so she couldn't buy me the things that I always wanted. So
Right.
I didn't really, another thing, I didn't expect his mom to get me what I asked for. And so even though I knew she was asking, there was still that unconscious, like, I didn't expect that. But yes, there's consumerism, but also, like, when you genuinely give gifts and intentional gifts to the people you love, and you are all in one space and you're sharing that, it's like also nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I should bring this up because this is more in conspiracy theory territories, but this is a mastermind, so we're technically hashing things
and,
out.
and
But
and we're conspiring.
yeah,
A
I came
conspiracy,
across,
root. The root word of conspiracy is to breathe together.
there you go.
Conspiracy means to breathe
I'm gonna
together.
brief something out real
Yeah.
quick. It's gonna be kind of conspiracy, right? Yeah. So I came across this video. I didn't finish the whole video. I came across this video of the origin of Santa Claus,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't watch the whole video, so I'm just gonna like say what I did watch. Basically, there's a part in our brain, the
Ooh, I've heard this one.
that's called something Santa Claus. It's a very similar name to Santa Claus. If you could Google that up real quick, that would be great. But there's a part of our brain that is a very similar word to the word Santa Claus, and it's a channel through your spine. And Christmas is, supposed to be, this is gonna be really, this, just FYI, I'm just saying this. I didn't really hash
Listen,
this
man,
out
I
on my
love
own.
it.
This has
I'm the
nothing to
guy.
do
I'm
with
the
my
guy to say it
beliefs or
to. I love all
anything.
of this.
All right, this has nothing to do with my beliefs or anything or anybody else's beliefs. But so there's that part in our brain that's similar to the word Santa Claus that the fluid of our spine goes through that channel, right? So that's why it's saying that Santa Claus goes through the chimney, right? Because there's fluid that goes
Ooh.
through that channel of your brain. And in yoga with the chakras, Christ consciousness happens in your crown chakra, in the similar area that Santa Claus part of your brain. I don't know the
Okay,
words
so
to
it's called
that.
the claustrum, and it's an obscure
Yes.
region of the brain located below the insula of the cortex. It is a hidden lobe that can be observed only when other parts of the cortex are pulled aside. The claustrum has been proposed to be a framework for consciousness. The
There
claustrum.
you go. That's what. So the cloud strum, right? So in yoga, you reach Christ consciousness when you're able to bring your energy to your crown chakra, and Christmas is supposed to be Jesus Christ's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
to think about there.
There's a little something there for you to look up, man. You can look it up. Claustrum and
Yeah.
Santa Claus. If you Google that right now, you'll see some interesting
This
things. I'm all for it.
I'm not talking about beliefs. I'm not saying Jesus Christ wasn't born. I believe in Jesus. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying there's a lot going on there. That's all I'm saying.
There's a lot of patterns of reality. Reality has fractal
Yes.
patterns, just like
Just like trading.
trading charts have fractal.
Exactly. But that video was like, oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I want to point out that Key said a really awesome thing in the chat. You know, when we were talking about gifts, DIY is the way to go. When also thinking about gifts, you don't have to go buy something. It doesn't have to be a gift giving in terms of like buying things. You can make something for someone. You know,
Yes.
one time I gifted somebody for their birthday a bag of like tangerines, or not tangerines, peaches. Like I bought them just
That's a great
like eight
gift.
like 8, 10 peaches. I'm like, I don't know what to get you, and we're like friends, but I'm like, I don't. Let me just get you a bunch of peaches. Like, why not?
Imagine they were
Yeah,
allergic. No.
you like, I hate you. That's why I got you peaches. I know that they'll kill you. So,
That's great, but that's intent. It doesn't always have to be I'm going to buy someone the most expensive thing
it's
I
the
can think
meaning
of.
behind it, like Cheyenne said.
I can't see the comment, so thank you for the last comment I can see is where Kellen was like, it's apparently spring solstice.
Okay,
That's the
got it.
last comment I've seen.
So I am that girl. Jay said, "Talk about it,
Yeah.
girl." Merry Christmas.
Oh, hey girl.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
girl.
I'll be the
My
person.
girl Jay. Jay's part of the team actually. So Brian just went 2 and 3. Let's take a moment. Let's
Oh,
take a moment and celebrate Brian. Right?
going
We do
crazy.
have a
Fireballs in the
scholarship.
chat.
Right, type some fires in the chat. We do have a scholarship program where we're part of a digital entrepreneurship platform, and if you help two of your friends also learn either day trading and leverage trading with the Forex Academy or stocks and crypto or the e-commerce and marketing academy, if you have two friends learn as well, you get a free scholarship. So scholarship, I mean, imagine you were in college and you got a scholarship for just helping two friends get into college, right? And so it's really beautiful. Congratulations, Brian, because I know there's
Thank
someone
you.
else on the team here, so I wanted to say that. Do we have some fires in the chat? I can't see.
We got so many people on the team here. Yo, let's shout out to the team. Yeah, we got the fireballs, we got the rocket ships, we got the
Yeah,
Santa
we got
presents.
all that. Oh, what a pity I can't see the comments.
I know, man. Listen, Instagram got to fix this before we go to Twitch or somewhere else, man. We might have to go
Yeah,
take this. We might have to take our business somewhere else until we get our things fixed.
right? Because I got new Wi-Fi. It's definitely not my Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah. So, whew, that was my little conspiracy theory, and I'm still hashing that out on my own, right? I'm still hashing that out, but it's very interesting because when we're celebrating a holiday, that like, how did it, what was it like when it first started?
Right.
What was it like when this holiday first started? It's very interesting. Like, I'm so into things like that.
Yeah. History, whether it's esoteric history or just straight up history, is just good to know because the more you know about people, how they were in the past, the more we understand how we got where we are.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's a super important thing to do. We need to learn where we've been to know where we're at, so that we can figure out where we need to be going.
Yep. That's so true. That is so true.
So um
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter podcast today
yeah,
because
I like where it is.
yeah,
You know,
I like where it is too. I do want to bring up for all the artists out there, on NYFA.org. Yeah, the New York Foundation for the Arts. There is this happens yearly too, if I'm not mistaken. There's a medical grant. It's a Rauschenberg medical grant. So you have until January 14th to apply. You have to be some sort of artist, so you have to show a portfolio of something, whether that's videos or dance or writing or paintings. You just gotta have a portfolio. But it's $5,000 medical grant for any creatives out there that need extra, that has a dental bill or something, right? That's $5,000 that can help you out. So you have until January 14th to apply to that. It's on NYFA.org, the New York Foundation for the Arts.
awesome. And DM her if you guys really want to know about it as well.
Yeah, you can always DM me DM me if you're not one of Brian's followers. You should definitely follow Brian. He's just an amazing person. He's an upcoming leader in the space, coachable, right? Always willing to learn, teaching me all the time too. So make sure whoever, follow our followers.
Yeah.
Follow each other, right?
Follow each other,
But
have conversations, socialize, like we were saying earlier. Well, this has been a great episode. I think I like that it's ending on our terms, and we talked about everything we wanted to talk about, and
exactly. I felt fulfilled about that. Well, we'll see you guys next week in Mastermind's podcast. If you guys do have a request on something that you would like us to hash out here in Mastermind, whether that is about, creative aspect, because we did start this to help bridge the gap between creatives and financial freedom. So whether you want us to talk about something in the creative aspect, right? Or even if you have suggestions, hey, you guys should talk about this. Like we're totally open to that. And whether that is crypto or e-com or whatever it is, yeah, let us know what you guys, if there's something you want us to chat about, and we'll go ahead and do that. So you guys are just a part of the community to Masterminds podcast, and just as much as me and Brian. So have a great day, guys.
we might
Happy
have to start
holidays.
a little IG group about it, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that. All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.